The Napoleonic War was chaos, pure, relentless chaos that swallowed everything in its path. No plan seemed to work. The enemy was everywhere, fast, ruthless, and never tired. They struck from every direction, adapting to every defense. Their black banners flew over every hill and street, a constant reminder of their growing power. They seemed impossible to stop, always advancing. Allied maps meant nothing now. Roads were blocked, bridges blown, and every route led to danger or dead ends. Every day brought new defeats. Supplies were low and hunger gnawed at the exhausted troops. Spirits were lower than ever. Some men spoke of surrender in whispers, afraid even to hope for rescue. The enemy controlled the night. They struck without warning, disappeared without a trace, leaving only fear behind. Their leaders boasted that the city would fall in days. Every soldier feared they were right, dreading what tomorrow might bring. Desperation gripped the defenders. The world watched, helpless and silent, unable to change the course of fate. It seemed the war was lost before it had truly begun, hope fading with every passing hour. Late one evening, as the world outside seemed to hold its breath, a message reached headquarters. A British unit had arrived, their faces hidden in shadow, their names unknown to all but a select few. They asked for just 10 days, no more, no less. 10 days to attempt the impossible, 10 days to change everything. The generals hesitated, weighing hope against the heavy cost of failure. The plan was secret, the risks impossibly high. But there was nothing left to try, and desperation left no room for doubt. With a solemn nod, the commander gave them the answer they wanted. You have 10 days. Then we are finished, one way or another. No one saw them come or go. They carried no flags, no insignia to mark their passage. No medals shone on their chests. Their eyes were sharp, cold, and full of unwavering purpose. They worked in silence, slipping through the cracks of the city, unseen and unheard by friend or foe. All around them defeat still pressed in. Yet, in their hearts, these men carried something deeper. Belief that even the smallest light can break the longest night, and that hope, however fragile, can outlast the darkness. The unit moved like ghosts, slipping through the darkness with a practiced ease that made them nearly invisible. They slid through alleys, over rooftops, beneath the city's skin, always careful to leave no trace behind. They spoke little, listened much, relying on silent signals and shared glances to communicate. They watched how the enemy moved, how they talked, where they slept, memorizing every detail with patient precision. Every night they gathered information, piecing together fragments of intelligence under the cover of darkness. They marked enemy patrols on torn scraps of paper, mapping out routes and routines by flickering candlelight. They found weak spots in enemy lines, searching for cracks in the armor that could be exploited. They learned the rhythms of fear and routine. They never fought head-on. Instead, they unraveled secrets, always staying one step ahead. They watched for messengers, for runners delivering orders, tracking every movement with unwavering focus. They mapped the web that held the enemy together, connecting the dots that others might overlook. Step by step, they prepared to cut the threads, knowing that patience and precision were their greatest weapons. The city did not know it, but its fate was changing in silence, shaped by shadows moving unseen through the night. The British unit did not fight like soldiers. They fought like shadows. They watched for patterns, when guards changed, when supplies moved, who gave orders. They struck only when the moment was right. Sometimes a bridge would collapse, silent and sudden. Sometimes an enemy leader would vanish in the night. Rumors spread and fear grew. They cut off communication lines, radios went silent, trucks failed to arrive. The enemy started to lose trust in each other. No battle was loud, but every loss was felt. The unit's work was slow and careful, each move built on the last. Invisible hands pulling strings, turning fear into chaos. The enemy grew nervous. Rations ran out, orders did not come, patrols returned empty, eyes wide with fear. Some soldiers refused to go out at night. They whispered of ghosts in the darkness. Positions began to fall without a fight. Commanders argued among themselves. Some accused their own men of betrayal. The enemy's iron grip became slippery as oil. Allied soldiers watched in amazement. Each night brought new victories. The enemy's banners vanished from rooftops. Streets once lost were taken back, step by step. Confusion and panic spread like wildfire. The unstoppable army was crumbling from within. On the 10th night, the city awoke to thunder. Not of guns, but of footsteps, Allied soldiers moving forward. Enemy trenches were empty, strongholds abandoned. The defenders pressed on, hardly believing their eyes. British shadows moved ahead, guiding lost battalions through dark streets. They pointed out safe paths, hidden traps, secret stores of food and ammunition. The enemy fled, leaving weapons and uniforms behind. In 10 days, the war had turned. The city's heartbeat strong again. Cheers rose through the ruins. The impossible had happened. But as dawn broke, the shadow unit was gone. No medals, no headlines. Only whispers remained. The city rebuilt in the months that followed. People spoke of miracles, of invisible hands that saved them. The British unit never claimed glory. Their names were never written down. Yet their courage lived on. They showed that strength is not always loud or proud. Sometimes true heroes work unseen, risking everything for a greater good. Their story became a legend. Children told tales of the ghost men who changed the war. Soldiers remembered the lesson small teams can change history, even when hope seems lost. In the end, the shadows faded, but the light they sparked burned brighter than ever before.